Hello and welcome back to Goldborn. Last time we pretty much finished digging everything out and setting everything up. This time we need to set up our smelters and basically that's it. The only thing I'm kind of confused about is why the only thing left in our wagon are cat leather tunics or bobcat leather tunics. I'm trying to figure out why those aren't being moved into our finished goods. Also, we should turn off that. We don't want that. I wonder if it's the settings. I wonder if that counts as armor. You know what? I bet it does. I bet that's the problem. Alright, so they're doing everything they need to do. Building all the wells that I set them to build last time. We also are going to need to deal with our food situation and our drink situation. But that's for later. Because we will basically be scrounging for a bit. The main thing we need to do right now that I want to get done is I want to find everything, essentially. I want to find the other... what do you call them? The other, no, up downstairs. Cavern levels and lava. Because there's a lot... Oh god. Okay. Oh god, not this again. Up downstairs. See, this is why I do it the way I do it. So we didn't just dump ourselves in the middle of the water and confuse all of our dwarves. Because our dwarves are kind of stupid and will drown themselves and let all kinds of things into our game that will cause lag. And lag's bad, as I've covered. And I will continue to cover it because it's bad. Lag sucks and you need to be careful about it. It's awful. Lag is terrible. Make sure you deal with it. In fact, I think the biggest problem... I think I've lost more games to lag than I have to, like, demons and other things, and to monsters. I lose more because... At some point, I'd say roughly like 3 or 4 years in, you end up in a situation where... like, the amount of stuff on... Like, the more objects that you have, the slower the game is, because it has to process all of those things. So the game starts trying to handle all of it, and it's very bad at handling thousands and thousands and thousands of objects. And so you end up in a situation where the game literally can't handle it. So I try my best to avoid that as best I can. So I'm trying to set the game up in the early stages so that we don't have to worry about this, so that like 10, 15 episodes in, I'm not suddenly hit with, you know, like 10 frames a second on lag. Okay, that's bad. I mean, it's not bad, but it is. Okay. We'll deal with that. Deal with that. That's what we're gonna have to deal with. Yeah. Yeah, they found adamantine, or adamantium, basically. Okay, and now we're gonna build some walls. Because things are gonna begin pathing into the fortress otherwise. So... Alright, so that's done. So yeah, they found adamantium right here. Or adamantine, or whatever. Yeah, adamantine. Which is great and all, but it also means demons. So we're going to avoid that for now. Because we're on our way for something more lucrative, at least at present. Where did I put my staircase? Staircase, where are you? There you are. Wrong level. So, up, downstairs. Now we have to go searching for the Great Magma Sea. So the core of the Earth, essentially, the core of the planet, wherever we're on. We're currently 97 levels down. We just found it. Okay. Okay, so we'll put it like here. And the reason we're going to do that... is because we do not want to open up a... Oh god, I did that wrong. I did that wrong, but that's okay. Okay, so... what we don't want to do is we don't want to open a door into the Great Magma Sea. That would be a bad idea. Because then lava would flow into our fort, and that would be bad. We don't want that. What we do want is we want to be able to channel into it just so we can reveal it. And it's beneath us. So we will channel that out really quickly, and it will say you discovered the Great Magma Sea. And that means a great thing, because it means we can now build a floor over this and seal it up. Use it at Kimberlite. We only got one of those. And so our dwarf will come down and seal that up, and now nothing will come into our fort. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful because nothing is going to come into our fort and kill all of our dwarves. But it does mean we also have lava now. So now I got to go up all of 90 stories. See why I didn't want to... Imagine if we had like 100 dwarves pathfinding 100 stories just to move things up and down. It would be disastrous. So we're not going to do that. But what this does is that we're going to source that into the game, which again, some people say is you shouldn't do, but I do it again because I want to avoid lag. Lag is awful, and this will do that. But more importantly, be discovering the Magma Sea, you now have things like the Magma Forge, which are awesome, and we're going to want to use. Now, we only have 3 anvils at present, which is fine. We don't have a ton of anvils. That's okay. But what we really need to do is we need to get ourselves the magma smelters. Oh, the magma smelter. These babies are awesome. Now, some of them still require charcoal, so we have to deal with that. And a bunch of magma smelters. Let's add a glass furnace or two. I'm probably not going to be doing too much with the glass furnaces, but in case we need to, we will have the ability to do it. Okay, and a magma kiln. Again, not going to do a whole lot with this, but it's good to have. Okay, so that's all done. So those are all going to get built. Now that we've done that, we need... Okay, we did that. Oh, what else do we need? Something else I was about to do, and I needed to do it to make sure I had everything we required. Food we need to do, but it was something about the smelting we needed to do specific... Oh, I remember. Okay, so we also need to set sand gathering, or places where they can gather sand. It's loam. So this is black sand. That'll be fine. So this is where we can gather sand, which is good, but we also need to find a place where they can gather clay. Does this count? I don't know, let's check. Okay, this is a place where we can gather clay. That's awesome. So we have a place to gather sand and gather clay, so if we tell them to gather it, they will be able to do that. We now need to worry about... we got 2 things. We have to worry about food and drink, and we also need to worry about protection. But before we do that, let's remove that. We're going to build a depot there, because we're going to start getting people coming in, but that's okay, despite the fact we are not going to do anything with that. What else do we need to do? Okay, so built that. We definitely need to build... I'm debating on what I want to do first, because we only have 7 dwarves, we haven't had migration yet, so I'm a little concerned about what I task things on. What I want to do is I want to build walls, but I also want to deal with the food situation. Can also gather things. So for example, I can now gather plants inside. So all of this that I've dug out, we can actually gather the plants. And that's good, because it means we will always have a source of food. Won't be great food, and dwarves won't really like it all that much, but we will have food in case of, like, disaster. Because basically all of our living area is also a cavern, and it's wonderful. So we're going to deal with it that way. So we're going to dig all that out. They're going to pick up all the food, and we'll go into our plant stockpile, which is great. Oh good, migrants. Alright, so we got a bunch of migrants, and it looks like they're animals, which we don't want, but I hate when it does that. So it looks like we have 11 dwarves now. So that's fine. 11 dwarves aren't that bad. What did you bring me? You brought me chicken. Okay, whatever. But we now have 11 dwarves, so we've gone from 7 dwarves to 11 dwarves. That's wonderful, I suppose. There, whatever. So now we definitely need to worry about food. But we also can make rock blocks. We're going to need like 100 of these. Make them out of chert. That's fine. That's the resource we have. That's what we're going to build them out of. We also need to make bins. Now, we're going to make those eventually out of metal, but for now we need to make them out of wood. We also need to worry about our food supplies. So we're going to have a whole bunch of things we need to do. A whole bunch of things. We're sort of buried under... Sort of need to deal with. Also can gather plants from up here, which would be good, except there's a lot of them. Oh god, there's so many plants. But that's good, because it means lots of food. I've just given them stuff to do for the next year, essentially. The wooden bin stuff being done is good. That means that they'll be able to start moving things into bins, which is wonderful. Specifically the bars and the blocks. That's going to be great. So obviously you can see that they're using up all of our chert, which is wonderful. They're almost done. So every stone that they use is going to make 2 blocks. So we're going to have 200 blocks to be used. So they're going to pick up all the food, and then we can actually use it. So we'll set up our cook and have him do all the cooking stuff. More importantly, he will be able to do drink-related things, so we don't run out of booze, because dwarves need more booze than they need food. Which I guess is sort of accurate to real life, where humans need more water than they need food. Because you die from like 2 or 3 days without water, but you can live like a week or something without food. So, I don't know how accurate that is. But anyway, they're going to grab a whole bunch of stuff. Is that a native kangaroo? Yeah, it's just a random kangaroo. So we brought kangaroos to an area full of kangaroos. I guess we'll know how to train them if we capture them. Yeah, we'll have them gather food a number of times, but for now this will be a good starting point for all of our food-related needs, I guess you could say. Basically what I'm saying is we're not going to starve to death immediately, which is sort of, oh god, more humans. So many humans keep showing up. There's only 11 of us here. It's not like there's a huge colony. I'm not sure how they know we're here. We've only been here for a few months. There's all these humans showing up asking to eliminate monsters. Oh, god damn. No, you cannot eradicate monsters. Go away. Stupid humans. We haven't even found any monsters, let alone needing monsters to get, like, eliminated. But if you wonder why I'm sending all these guys and soldiers away, it's because essentially all they do is that they want to wander around the caves, attacking everything, and they'll either kill everything and die, or they'll die. And in the meantime, they'll eat all your food, and you can't tell them to do other things. So they essentially just exist to eat your food and create lots and lots of trash in your caves, when it's so much easier just to wall everything in your caves off and call it a day. We're gonna have a lot of plants, so we'll be able to turn all this into like booze and other things. Should be good. So anyway, once they're done doing actually, you know what, we can probably start building the walls now. Let's use box select. So we're gonna want this to be 3 over and 3 over here. So normally what I do is I set this to be like normally what I do is I set this to be 3 stories, but I don't think I'm going to do that this time because there's really no need to do it. Bigger issue in my mind is the fact that 3. My every attempt to get archers to actually work the way they're supposed to has ended in horrible failure. So we're going to avoid that as best we can. Now we do need to make this available for wagons, and I believe the wagons only need to be 3 by 3. Needs a 3 by 3 area to get in. So we're also going to build a bridge there, and the bridge will obviously serve as a oh, it's already autumn. Hooray. Okay, so autumn's come. Man, we're just moving right along. Alright. But anyway, the bridge will be a good way to seal them in. And it's also where we're going to use our mechanisms. Oh god, thief! I don't think he's stolen anything, so it's not a huge deal. But it also means that we have already gotten... God damn it, more kobolds. Okay, it looks like we did this just at the right time, because now there's kobolds seeing what we're doing. Wait, what? It got inside? There's a kobold inside. Uh-oh. Okay, what was it? God, what was it? There's the thing you're supposed to do. What is it? Is it Q? No. It's... Unit list? No. Is it orders? God, what is it? I'm trying to remember what it is. Usually, because there's a thing you can set where... there's a thing you can set where... it's under units? Combat? No. The thing is set where basically, how do I put it? I'm trying to put this. Essentially, where how they interact with things. So if they see skulking filth, whether or not they attack it, or you know, or if they run away, there's a thing you can set for that. I just don't remember where it is. God damn it. This is why we need to build the wall. Keep all these kobolds out. Keep showing up to rob us. Interrupted by kobolds. Yeah, I know. There's kobolds running around outside. It's still inside. Where is it? It's just running around inside of my stockpile because it doesn't know what else to do. It just doesn't know what to do. God damn, it's bugging me. I don't remember. It's additional options? No. No, not that. Maybe it's under military stuff? It's possible. Alerts. That's fine. Civilian alert. Positions? No. Maybe it is alert. Let's see what happens. See if this causes them to fight them. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, Dwarf Fort. Get out of here. Alright. What is the bridge set up to be? It is G. Alright. Alright, so when you set this up, we want it to raise this way. And build it out of blocks. Now, for those of you who are wondering why if blocks require effort to build, why I built the walls out of them, it's because they're smooth. If you build them out of regular just rocks, they become rough and enemies can climb over them. This isn't a huge deal if you have a roof on it, like I'm going to, but if you don't have a roof on it, enemies will just climb over it. And also flying enemies, but basically if you build walls and you don't bother to seal up the top, definitely don't do them out of rough stones, because your enemies will just climb over them. That just makes a mess of everything. So we also need to build a lever. We actually need more mechanisms, so build them at a diorite, I guess. Alright, so build those, and then once they build the mechanisms, we will... Wait, that does. There's a graphical glitch right now where if I, Alright, so there's a graphical glitch right now where if I open up the, open up this menu and get out of it, sometimes it just goes black. So if you see me go like that and open up the, like this menu, it's because I'm refreshing the thing. Alright, link up to a bridge. Alright, so that's doing that. We are going to need to build... So we'll just build a ramp outside. I guess we'll just build it out of logs, and then we'll just build the floor above. So let's build the floor. And we're obviously not going to build multiple levels, so this is okay. At least not this time. So I don't know why they do it the way they do it, the way they start at like the very far edge. Alright, caravan has arrived. That's... okay, they do have depot access though. That's fine. So they have depot access. They're unloading. We don't have anything to trade you though. So... Oh, it's from the mountain gnomes. Alright, that's fine. I have nothing to ask you for, because I have nothing to give you. That's cool. Yeah, I know. Fortunes rise and fall together. That's wonderful. But I have nothing to give you guys. I am unable to defend myself against kobolds. I have no ability to trade you things. At least not at present. I should in the future, but for now I don't. Okay. Let's build the rest of the floor. Base secure. But we're going to do that next time. Because I'm going to cut this video here. Next time on... What's the place, name of this place again? I always forget. Goldborn. Next time on Goldborn, we're going to build the rest of the bridges and steal that up, and then start dealing with food. So that's next time. See y'all later.